Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. I extend to all of you congratulations for this great month of Ramadan that we have the infinite blessing of partaking in for another year. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said to his beautiful and beloved wife Aisha, God be pleased with her, keep knocking on heaven's door. And she asked him, how? He replied, by hunger. Hunger, which is of course fasting, with thirst and the other things that fasting involves, this is one of the most effective of all vehicles to win God's pleasure and to seek the forgiveness of sins and to attain paradise. It's also said that good character begins in the stomach. If we cannot control our intake of food and drink, we can't control anything else. So also this is the month when we hone good character. And the Prophet ﷺ was sent only to perfect excellent qualities of good character. إِنَّمَا بُعِثْتُ لِأُتَمِّمَ مَكَارِمَ الْأَخْلَاقِ. The Prophet taught us ﷺ that patience is half of Iman. And he taught us that fasting is half of patience. So therefore, the fasting that we do in this great month is 1/4 of what we believe in, of the Iman, the faith that we have. The Prophet taught us, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, that everything has a door. And of course, when we say that, we mean that it has a proper door, which is the correct way to enter it and to get into it. And the door of worship is fasting. So this is that act of worship which more than any other brings our worship to life. We complain about not being present in our prayers. We complain about not feeling the sanctity of the Quran when we recite it, but it is the blessing of fasting, more than perhaps anything else, that enables us to get that worship back where it should be and to make it fully alive. Ramadan comes from the verb ramada, and this verb means to burn up. And therefore, this month reduces to ashes all of our wrongs, all of our illusions and delusions, all of our false steps and false aspirations. And just as the phoenix comes out of the ashes, this beautiful mythical bird, so also our hearts, our spirits are born again out of these ashes that the month produces. The Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, إِذَا كَانَ أَوَّلُ لَيْلَةٍ مِّن رَمَضَانٍ سُفِّدَتِ الشَّيَاطِينُ وَمَرَدَةُ الْجِنِّ. He said that when the first night of Ramadan comes, the satanic demons are chained down, and so are the rebellious spirits. وَغُلِّقَتْ أَبْوَابُ النَّارِ فَلَمْ يُفْتَحْ مِنْهَا بَابٍ. And all of the doors of the fire are shut down tight, and not a single door of them will be opened. وَفُتِحَتْ أَبْوَابُ الْجَنَّةِ فَلَمْ يُغْلَقْ مِنْهَا بَابٍ. And all of the doors of the garden will be opened up wide, and not a one of them will be closed down. So this again emphasizes to us the great mercy that comes with this beautiful month. وَيُنَادِي مُنَادٍ. And there is a blessed being, an angel perhaps, that calls out, يَا بَاغِي الْخَيْرِ أَقْبِلْ. You who are seeking good, set out to do it. So this is a message to us that we who get such pleasure out of doing good, all human beings do, by the way, that this is the month to set out in earnest to do that. Ya baghil khair aqbil. You who are seeking good, set out to do it in this month in particular. Wa ya baghi ash-shar. And you who are seeking to do evil, aqsir, hold back from that. وَلِلَّهِ عُتَقَاءُ مِنَ النَّارِ وَذَلِكَ كل ليلة. And God will have believers that He emancipates from the fire, and that will be every single night. The garden decorates itself in Ramadan. It puts on ornamentation in Ramadan, just as many of us will ornament our houses, perhaps even our front yards. And of course, we buy new clothes for Eid. But the garden ornaments itself from Ramadan, and it keeps that ornamentation for the rest of the year. Even the garden welcomes this month, and it renews itself. The Prophet said, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the Prophet would say, sallallahu alaihi wasallam, on the last days of Sha'ban, the month just before Ramadan, أيها الناس قد أظلكم شهر عظيم شهر مبارك. O people, a great month has encompassed you in its shade, a blessed month. فيه ليلة خير من ألف شهر. In it there is a night that is better than 1,000 months. جعل الله صيامه فريضة وقيام ليله تطوعا. God has made the fasting of this month an obligation, and He has made standing up in prayer during it a voluntary act. من تقرب فيه بخصلة من الخير كان كمن أدى فريضة فيما سواه. Whoever does an act in this month, an act of good in this month, it will be as if he did an obligatory act. In other words, he will have the reward, the immense reward of an obligation that is fulfilled, even though this was a voluntary act. وَمَنْ أَدَّ فَرِيضَةً كَانَ كَمَنْ أَدَّ سَبْعِينَ فَرِيضَةً فِيمَا سِوَاهُ. And whoever will do an obligatory act during this month, God will give him the reward of 70 obligatory acts in any other month. وَهُوَ شَهْرُ الصَّبْرِ. And it is the month of patience, which, as we said, is half of faith. وَالصَّبْرُ ثَوَابُهُ الْجَنَّةِ. And patience, the reward for it is the garden. وَشَهْرٌ يُزَادُ فِيهِ رِزْقُ الْمُؤْمِنِ. It is the month in which the provision of the believer is increased. So give generously as much as you can. مَنْ فَطَّرَ فِيهِ صَائِمًا كَانَ لَهُ مَغْفِرَةً لِذُنُوبِهِ وَعُتِقَتْ رَقَبَتُهُ مِنَ النَّارِ. And whoever during this month gives food to a fasting person so that he can break his fast will have forgiveness for all of his sins, and his neck will be freed from the fire. وَكَانَ لَهُ مِثْلُ أَجْرِهِ مِنْ غَيْرِ أَنْ يَنْقُصَ مِنْ أَجْرِهِ شَيْءٍ. And he will have the likes of the reward of that person without any part of his own reward having been diminished. We ask God to bless us in this beautiful month, to let us begin it with the best and the strongest of intentions. The beginnings are the manifestations of the ends. Go into the month with strength and keep that strength with you all the month long, and end it in the most beautiful of states. Ameen.